The news is we are doing the thing, okay? We're doing the thing. We somehow managed to pull it. And I say we because I have to say it's a victory for all of us. Even though, it didn't go all the way, good, but, it lets you know that these people can stop trying to play their games. And a lot of other shit is about to come out, if you ask me. A lot of other shit's about to come out about the way this went down, the way that we're trying to railroad us, especially those of us in the music game and the hip hop game. It also means, we gotta, kind of clean it up a little bit too. We can't give them no reasons. Am I right? So before we get into the meat and potatoes, right now what I'm gonna do is let's do roll call, okay? I want to shout out 1-2 Freddie. Yeah, one of my day ones. Hope's in the building. All right. Yak's finest. What's up, G? You already know. This shit's relevant, bro. It's really relevant because we know already we got somebody else get ready to come to the plate, shout out to Larry Hoover. We want to see him get his justice. Let that man go home. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening now could be very relevant, okay? Rock steady. Did I say that? Yes, in the building. Hank McCoy, what's up, bro? Got you, huh? I caught you. Yeah. That's what's up. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Appreciate all you guys pulling up, man. You already know it's Friday. You could be doing a whole bunch of other shit. You feel me? But you're here with me. Well, one of the thing is, we've all been getting bombarded with the me too, Hank. I just got up in here. I ain't even took my coat off yet, bro. God, I'll be, especially on a Friday, it's paying out there right now. It's winning out there. But I had to get to seeing my host, not even my host, the person who created this show right now is a no-show. And I had already scheduled this some hours ago. So I gotta go on ahead and move without him. You know what I'm saying? The show must go on. What part of that don't people understand? The show got to go on. And fortunately for me, I do enough content, enough homework, enough research to be able to, you know what? Put me in there, coach. I'm going to score a touchdown. Watch me. Watch me score. I'm not going to let the shit fall apart. The team going to win tonight, regardless. Yes. Yeah, Hank, that's it, man. Do your thing, bro. So the title says Young Thug is free, but is it a good or a bad thing for him? Facts, Rocksteady. Facts. It don't stop nothing. Now this is my dude, right? But he be running into shit. That's all I can say. He always run into shit, but I know this. I'm prepared for this, and I'm gonna hit this shit out the motherfucking park because I done did my homework. So I asked the question, you know, is this a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, if you listen to the sentence he got, a lot of people's like, man, that's a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be able to do 15 years without even not crossing, getting a jaywalk ticket or something, or getting into it with some, thought or something like that. Because, man, as we know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Shout out to you, Rocksteady. You're so appreciated. Tell you something, y'all. We have a solid core of people that follow us and support us. Thank you for becoming a member. You are a star. That's what's up. Appreciate you. But, this sentence that they handed out is like they're calling it, like a lot of people saying it's a trick bag. You know what I'm saying, Yak? They're saying it's kind of a trick bag, like you ain't going to be able to do it, man. And I'm like, I was having a discussion with the creator of the Mobcast. I'm like, look, man, he's one of them. Said, man, I said, like, man, we can't put that negative energy out there. He's like, man, dude, let's just face it, man. Dude was on some wild shit, the whole time. But sometimes, man, especially when the judge, is looking at you and she or he got the gavel and they could say, boom, take them away. Or they could say, good luck. I don't want to see you back in here. Good luck, young man. And I I'll be following you. I'm like, man, I would rather take that welcome. I appreciate you, Rocksteady. That's what's up. Anybody else want to follow her lead? You know I'm more than welcome. She's more than welcome to come on board, bring some people with her. Yeah. Okay, so let's get some of these comments right away because they are so relevant. So 1-2 said, I wish him the best, but he's definitely turning up first day. You already know it. Now, I said to a lot of people, I said, you know what? And I said this over at Aggressive Defiance panel. If I was him, I would be like kind of really, really chilling with either an ex or somebody, an off-duty police officer with me 24/7. 24/7 would be how I would be moving. So had nothing happened, he's there to make sure that, hey, I saw what it was. He's not moving funny. He's not, and that's a creditable person to come stand before the judge if you have to. Say, hey man, I was there right there with him. He didn't know. Some people tried, but I stopped it. That's his job as security to stop the bullshit from getting in Thug's way or being a part of what Thug's doing. And he's got a lot to do that. He's got a lot to do. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So it's like, we gotta, he got the money. Pay that off-duty security guard like 6ix9ine. The 6ix9ine had like 10 of them motherfuckers at first. He needed it. There's a big difference though between 6ix9ine, obviously, and Thug. I mean, we have to say, did Thug hold his? Did he hold his fucking? He held his cards. You know what I'm saying? He held his medal. He didn't snitch, and that was the reason. I want y'all to understand this. He was given an opportunity to get out without all the shit around him, but they insisted that he testified against whoever, and he didn't do it. That's why there was an issue with the negotiations. And I want you to hear what the attorneys said, okay? They was breaking it down without breaking it all the way down. They don't want to expose the people that they got to work with and work against from time to time while they up in the coffee room, drinking coffee with the DA and the prosecutor and the head of the DA's office, Danny Willis, and her raunchy ass. Them people, you know what I'm saying? Let me see this topic. There's a comment before we go to this video right quick. Yak said, they said 52 fake out, but it's simple. You move correct, and there's nothing you can do to trip you up. Facts. As long as he changes pivot and people earn that heat because it's moving incorrect. You're right. Now us, and when I was speaking to my partner about this, he was like, man, I don't know. I don't think he can get it, man. I don't think he can get it. And I'm like, man, I know he can do it because it's been since 2002 or something like that. Since I have had any smoke with anybody like that. And he's like, man, but you're old, dude. I'm like, dude, that's how your mentality has to change. Your mentality has to change. And I'm not even in the same position as this man. This man got $1 million moves to move. And after holding his medal, not snitching and all that, and then let's talk about Brian Steele. That motherfucker's a boss. He's a G. He said, man, I'll go to jail with my client. Just put me up in there with him so we can continue to defending his case. You know what I'm saying? And that's real spill. You feel me? That's real spill. He showed everybody that's how a lawyer, and even broke down with some emotional tears about representing his client. That's some real shit. That's the best money can buy for. Remember that. You got to pay for that type of shit, but you get what you pay for. And when the time came, that man went to bat for him and they rolled the dice and he didn't even want to do it. So I want y'all to hear what Brian Steele had to say on some off behind the scenes shit. I don't know if y'all seen it yet, but it was really important to me. You feel me?
I'm Brian Steele, BrianSteel.
And I'm Keith Adams, KeithAdams.
And talk us through the decision to do a plea when
They waiting for the helicopter to start twirling. They got everybody out there.
Through the decision to make a plea and just how today ended up going and transpiring.
Well, this was excruciating because hopefully, in our collective opinion, Jeffrey would have been found not guilty of everything. So this is very painful. But that's another 3 months or so in custody. And he wants to go home to his family. And negotiations totally broke down with the district attorney's office. Horribly broke down. And at that point, we believed that justice would be found with the honorable court. And Jeffrey just wanted to go home. How agonizing it is to know that we've spent a year trying a case where the prosecutors have put on lies, knowing lies, hiding evidence, is insane in 2024 in the United States of America. And the only reason that this got revealed is because of you people. You people brought the truth to the community because nobody knows this. This is not the only courtroom it's happening in. And I just want to thank all of you. I especially want to thank Jeffrey for letting me represent him. I think he's a wonderful person who does wonderful things and will continue to do things even greater. I cannot express to you how Shaquille Kokomo, how Trisha Renard, how Haley, how my wife Colette, how Bram, how countless people, but especially Miss Courtney Edwards, has worked without sleep for 3 years representing Jeffrey and helping him. I will never be able to stand with anyone more ethical, honest, hardworking, insightful, intelligent, and kind than the Honorable Keith Adams. The gentleman to my left is the best lawyer in the country.
Now, let's just take a minute to respond to this, man. Ain't that some boss shit to do? He's acknowledging this young man right here, melanin man, mind you, who's an attorney, you know what I'm saying, and has the same ethics as him. And it's like, it's a moment, man. And he's even showing, even though he's getting a lot of the majority of the props, Brian still is, he made sure to include his team member. And that's a beautiful thing. This man is a solid man all the way through, bro. He's a solid man all the way through. I'm thoroughly impressed with this guy, man. And I would say, man, I'd hope that a lot of people, a lot of attorneys, you know, on both sides, whether you prosecutors, judges, whatever, take a look at this and understand that this is the way being a lawyer should be implemented. And straight up, and including the people you work with. You know what I mean? It wasn't just his shine. It was a team effort, teamwork, making the dream work. Straight up it was.
Mr. Shield, do you think prosecutors negotiated in good faith at all during any of these negotiations?
Let me take this one. Let me answer that. The short answer is no. This is a case that possibly could have been resolved if folks were reasonable. But we did not believe that we could enter into good faith negotiations with people who wanted a case resolved in a manner simply to save face. And Jeffrey Williams was not going to say things that they wrote for him, that they wanted him to say, that was their theory when it wasn't true. And
okay, let me interact on this. I'm gonna read you. Shout out to you, Kevin Jones. Appreciate you pulling up, bro. Yak said it should have been a mistrial. I agree. But remember, the machine is not built for us to win. He has enough cake to stay out the way. Straight up. ATL is the last place you should want to be. Facts. Go away from where you've been. Because if you do what you always do, you're going to get the same results. Am I correct? Yes, I'm correct. There's my guy. Bruh, all you got to do is hit the link. Let me put the link up for you. Okay, hold on. We're going to put the link up. Let me share and get you invited up here. Okay, we're going to put it in the chat. It's going to be right here, bruh. And you be able to get on board. There it is. Boom. So, what they're saying here, and these are ethical lawyers, the best in the business in Georgia. What they're saying here is that these people in the prosecutor's office are not playing fair. That in fact they're really kind of being, what they call lacking integrity in what it is that they do. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Bring you on up, my brother.
Man, what's up with you, G? What up, what up, what up?
Hey, now everybody welcome Yak's Finest, man. We got him in the building.
Appreciate, man. Everybody in the chat, what it do?
Yeah. So we got now the prosecutors, I mean the attorneys saying, kind of, on the low, they're saying, hey man, they was in there playing dirty ball. Talking about the so-called people that represent the legal system and representation for the people.
Mm-hmm. Man, from the beginning, it was all buffoonery. You know what I mean? They was definitely stacking the deck where it was almost painting him in a corner where they thought he would have to submit because they did that. Man, that first judge, man, he should lose everything. You know what I'm saying? Because he was completely out of order. It's like you can't. You can't, you know what I mean? When you so-called part of the machine, which is the legal system, man, you have the thing we must know as individuals that move in these streets, know what the law is, man. Everybody do crimes, man. Allegedly, when I was in the streets, whatever I did, I knew how much time it held. I knew if I did this could happen. If I move this way, that could happen. If I didn't move this way, this could happen. You need to know what you're dealing with. Just because somebody say it out loud and say it repetitionally, that shit don't make it true. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, man, we gotta know the law. And everybody praising the lawyer. Salute to the lawyers, but I'm not looking at them in no Johnny Cochran type fashion. They did their job, what they got paid to do. You understand what I'm saying? They did their job, what they got paid to do. And it was like, man, for real, anybody with some decent intelligence could have represented that man the same way. Because man, it was buffoonery what they was representing and presenting to the people. And man, salute the Lil Woody, man. Because shorty the reason this whole shit went the way it did. For real.
I believe that too. So I believe the people who are trying to label him a kind of way, I don't think they saw the whole play. They didn't see the whole chessboard.
Man, illusions is a motherfucker, bro.
Facts.
For real.
He went up there to really just throw a monkey wrench in the works.
A whole monkey wrench, man. It's like, man, you gotta, man, everything that looks one way, that doesn't always mean that's what really is going on or what you really see. Man, illusions is real, man. Illusions is definitely real. And we gotta understand it ain't what you say, it's how you say it, and it's the tone you say it in, man.
Okay, we got Cast the Mob up in the building. I have been waiting.
Man, we finally in this
you
thing.
two
Man,
up
it
together.
took me a minute to get in.
Cass, I want you to meet my man over here, Yak, from the town, from the soil. This is another one of my folks over here from Seattle. This is his platform right now. Yak, this is Cash.
Man, salute, respect to you, brother.
Hey, gratitude, G. How you doing, man? How you guys living?
Man, blessed.
So
above ground, the ground ain't above me, man. So I'm blessed.
Hell yeah.
And we got some other things lined up that is definitely going to involve you, Yak, if you want to be a part of it, because we already know where you're from and we know what your history ain't no mystery.
Man, you might have to be a staple on the show, man. We might have to figure this shit out and put it together, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm man. Let me know, man. You know, I'm willing, man. I'm an open book.
You always been supportive. I've not been saying that.
I'm a stand chanting, man.
It's conversations that rule the nations, man. These are the conversations for the nations, actually. I mean,
So I like the points that you drove in there, Yak. You were saying, how the buffoonery was just so obvious that really a lot of lawyers could have pulled this out. You know what I'm saying? But I would like to add into this and that with Brian Steele's reputation, they knew that if he was calling a spade, that they really had to adhere to that and respect that. Okay, we can't just, tell him to shut up, sit down, or we're going to throw you in jail like that asshole did. You know what I'm saying?
His track record speaks well. Yeah.
Yes. Now the judge from before, again, what the hell is his name? I had it all day. His name.
He should be called. He should be called. We need to disbar his ass. That should be his name, man. For real.
Right. This judge, right? Now, this is the embarrassing thing, right? Okay, so we got a melanated judge, watching over the whole proceedings, right? And he's obviously not playing by the rules. He ain't playing fair. He ain't doing the things that should be happening in regards to a favorable, not a favorable trial, but a fair trial to another melanated man. That's all he wants, is a fair trial.
We gotta remember, man, it's a lot of times we walk in and we'll do a woo-saw because we see somebody that look just like us. But we better remember, they all cash their checks at the same place, man.
Boy, and some of them's trying to show out. They're trying to show out for the master.
Yeah, that's real.
I look at it like that. I'm like, man, why did it take all of those clowns, him, the judge, the DA, Fannie Willis's so-called office, right? Then this prosecuting attorney, Miss Love, all melanated people putting on a clown show and just doing some, really, if you ask me, illegal ass shit, more worse than whatever they was accusing Thug of. Because you don't give a man his rights and his right to be, stand before his accusers, and for you to prove him guilty, then something wrong.
Yeah. Just like you see Hank McCoy's comment. It's like, man, most times from the simplest part of a situation, with the police, when the police pull you over and bringing themselves in your presence, most times they're telling lies off the rip. Has nothing to do with law. But just because they on bully gang, most of us just roll with it because in all actuality, nigga ain't got license. Nigga might got some weed in the car. Nigga might got a pack in the car. Nigga might got the strap in the car. So he already off his square. So he roll with what the hell he's saying anyway when it's buffoonery. You know what I mean? Just because the police said, that don't mean that shit is true. That don't mean that shit is law. And that don't mean you got to motherfucking concede to it. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Shout out to the ladies of ITAC pulling up to the building and aggressive
Shout out to the ladies.
Yeah, man, we are represented very. We got ladies in the house. I appreciate y'all pulling up, adding that spice and flavor to the building. We are so appreciative of what you do over here.
And let's start. For real, we gotta, and we, man, too many of us sit out here. I ain't saying, man, what the brother was accused of doing, allegedly what they did. Man, I ain't pushing that narrative that's what the shorty should be doing. But man, whenever you moving around and doing, man, think about what you're doing. Stop, man. Our problem is we react too fast and just go with the man. Think about what the hell you doing, man. Because everything, man, it's a time and place for everything. And man, stop letting somebody else's energy or they movement or their situation make you react how they want you to move, brother.
Right. Behind the bar. Thank you for pulling up, brother.
Hey, you were on point. Hey, I fuck with Yak. He's on point what he's talking about. I like that.
I'm telling you, Yak from the soil, man. We got a lot of people, man, that's knowledgeable in these circles. That's why I am so happy about this,
man, it's
this
about
thing, this concept that you
right
came
now.
up with,
Man, what's me? I ain't gonna tell no lies, man, and I ain't gonna do no sucker duck shit ever. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yak, where you from?
Man, I'm from the shop, man. 35th state, the low end, man. Growth and development capital, you know what I'm saying? Second generation. For real, you know?
Oh, it's family. Okay, my fault. It's family. TP.
Yeah.
TP.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yeah.
So, former member, and I was honorably discharged. You feel me?
Honorably.
Okay. Say that.
I want to tell y'all, man, y'all get a chance, man. Make sure y'all go over to check out the ladies at iTalk. They be having these same type of panels where you get some grown folks conversation. You know what I'm saying? Go over there and subscribe to them ladies, man. Support them like they supporting us. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Send me the link because I'll definitely support that.
Yeah. Them my sisters there. Nothing but respect.
You already know. I know you be everywhere.
Yeah, you know them, man. They're my sister over there. They
You
man,
guys
they
gotta
solid.
understand, we gotta bring the matriarch back to where it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be in a
Facts.
matriarch, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always gonna be, where did we come from?
Mm-hmm. Straight
What
up.
did Pac say? We got a name from a woman, got a game from a woman. What did he say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get back and hear what.
And most times we reach out for potential when we get a real woman on our hip. For real.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I want to get back into Young Thug and his attorneys, and I want you to hear some of the game they spit.
Oh yeah, no, time out.
They're giving
Time
us
out.
some
Me and you had
insight.
no, G. Before you do that, we had a conversation.
I already told everybody about it.
Man, we should have
You
had
late.
that one because I agree with you, but then I was hitting you with the disagree button, and we was going back and forth. It was so much dialogue that we had.
That's what keeps this show in balance, because we got different views, different opinions, but at the end of the day, it's going to help us all grow some knowledge and understanding. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main purpose of this shit right here. All right, Aggressive said, "What's up, Yak?" All right, hold on. Let me get over here and see what we got.
And so, good faith, no. I don't believe we were ever really negotiating in good faith. And you've been here the past year that this case has been on trial. You've seen the numerous motions for mistrial. You've seen the behavior of the state. You've seen the dishonesty. You've seen everything being hidden. You've seen things come out in court in front of you. And so you know what kind of prosecution we were dealing with. And that's okay. Mr. Steele and I have fought through this the past 2.5 years. And as he said, we ultimately decided we were going to put our faith in the court as opposed to the folks on the other side of the aisle. And, the best thing out of all of this is that Jeffrey Williams, in a very short period of time, will be home. And that's all we've wanted from May 9th, when they went and picked him up and have held him in jail without a bond for the past 2.5 years. He'll be home shortly.
Ryan, this either one of you can answer. So I have 2 questions for you. First off, you go into a blind plea, you don't know, right? There's nothing for sure. What was your emotions like when you guys went into that? I would imagine the conversation. Can you kind of take us into the room before you went out into court, with the conversations were back and forth? Obviously, I know there's attorney-client privilege, but
free Larry Hoover. I'm just gonna say that. Well, gotta say free Larry Hoover.
I didn't want to give up the jury trial.
Yeah.
But that was a decision made, and once that decision was made, we were just thankful that there are people like the Honorable Judge Whitaker who understands what a trial is like and what it should be like.
Woo!
And I cannot thank the Honorable Court.
Okay, so right there is a real subliminal diss to Judge Glanville.
Yes, man, that's who I salute. That's who I salute, the man. The young lady on the stand, man. That judge, she the one I'm saluting, because she stood up pivot and she walked. She ain't waver, bro.
Can I tell you,
that was the first judge.
Shook, yeah, that was the first judge. Was you guys shook once he first showed up? He's like, oh no, this is gonna be some more Glanville or female Glanville show or something. Weren't you kind of feeling like that at first?
Kamala Harris energy. I felt a little Kamala. I felt a little Kamala.
In the beginning,
yeah,
I was kind of like, let me see. But once she saw what was really going on, she got confident and stood on the oath that she took.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we got to remember, man, these people are sworn in and they take an oath to stand firm on what really is the law, not what somebody say, not how loud they say it. Just because you say it loud and repetitively, that don't make it true, man.
I know, man.
And Glanville came off as a bully too.
Hey, Yak, he's on some shit right now.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to introduce y'all, man.
We just got
for the moment.
He needs to have the whole floor right now.
Waiting for the moment. He comes in. He's got knowledge.
To the brain real quick.
He's got wisdom. He's got understanding. I fucks with these types, you know.
I'm one of them, man, and I'm like, man, I don't pat myself on the back, but I ain't got no I ain't got no crook in my spine. Ain't got no dirt on my jacket, and I don't tell no lies, man.
Look, look, bro.
Truth don't need no
glad
explanation,
I'm
man.
able to be around you guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys are talking some real shit. I just like being a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
All right,
man,
let's see
I
what.
apologize.
Let's
It's
listen
like,
to
man,
this shit right quick, y'all. I want you to hear this shit because they go in a little bit further about what's going on with them so-called dirty ass people at the DA's office.
Here and coming in, she is not our first judge, but she's the first time we received justice.
Whoa.
Mr. Adams, this is your second high-profile.
What's that say
RICO
about
case here in
Glanville?
Fulton County. Do you think that maybe the prosecutor's office is abusing the statute? And what are your opinions of RICO generally?
I have, for the 30 some odd years that I practiced law, always believed that if you, as a prosecutor, think that someone has committed a crime, you charge them with the crime, you put it in front of a jury, and then you do it fairly and let the chips fall where they may. The courtroom is not the place to get adventurous, to get inventive, to think, well, we don't have evidence on him for any of these incidents, but maybe, if just maybe, we tie him up in a RICO and put him with people who may have committed crimes, we can get him that way. That's an abuse. And so, yes, for some strange reason,
okay, I'm gonna
the
let
Fulton
y'all.
County
I know
DA's
you got
office
something
seems
to
to
say.
be in love
Let's
with.
react to that.
That's a sensitive subject right there, man. This
it's
nigga
really,
said
it's really not.
but basically, that's what I'm saying. The Conspiracy Act. All we have to do
You
is
got
conspire. We're going to this.
What's the young boy that got caught with the phone in the joint? That's a dude. That's a dude he never even met, didn't know who he is, and sitting there claiming slime gang. I'm part of the gang. Thug ain't never even seen that dude before. You got him standing at the Code D, and they have no ties to each other whatsoever, bro.
TP, I was watching something the other day. The dude, it was a show though. It was a show, but the dude had a phone in the jail. He had to he got put in a cell just to try to, you know what I'm saying, try to jam up the other dude. But he had the phone. He was trying to be bestie. Yeah.
He was
What
planning.
do you call it? Agent provocateur or whatever. What is that? Am I wrong?
Agent provocateur, yeah.
Hey, I get this sounds right.
Yeah, he was a plant.
Right, he's a plant.
Yeah,
He's there to get you incriminated.
Man, you got man. With the little young boy, Woody said it best on one of his times up there. He was like, man, it got to a point where his entire neighborhood can start representing slime gang. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, Thug ain't know all them niggas. Thug ain't put all them cats on. It was dudes that knew dudes, and they just rode the wave. And you know what I mean? If he had hitters that he ain't even know he had.
I can already see your mind dwindling.
That's how it be, bro. That's how it be.
I know what you're gonna say because this is exactly what's going on.
That's why hoods be two-sided.
But it's also something that's affecting what's going on with Larry right now. People out here doing something, representing something, and associating him with it, and he ain't got nothing to do with none of it.
Nothing to do with it, man. It's like we gotta, and that's why I push. That's why I push, man. I tell everybody, I'm from an organization. I ain't never been no gang banger, none of that. But I'm from an organization of some sturdy men. That man, we was taught the police to provide for our community.
We a tribe, man. We like,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what we really are.
I tell everybody. But this country get afraid. This country get afraid when you have a solid black man that can stand there without raising his voice, without getting hostile, and can command the attention of thousands upon thousands of men that scare motherfuckers in this country. They'd have killed Larry like they
that's how Larry sounded.
They wanted to kill Larry just like they did Malcolm X. But if they would have, this bitch would have went up, bro. Everywhere would have went up.
Shout out to
Rocksteady in this country, man. Whether they want to admit it or not.
For the $5 donation. She said, God said protect your
Time out. You said what? How much did you say? Say it again.
Stop.
No, you said it though.
Stop it.
You said it though.
And I must always be saying it.
I caught you. You got caught.
It's a habit, bro.
We got a man.
Check
Larry
this out.
deserve being home, man. Chief deserve being home. It's like, man, when you get your time back, unscathed, and then, man, I love it because no matter whenever you see the pictures of the chief, he ain't broken. He still got his right frame of mind. He still got his scruples, and he pushing real grown man G shit.
Real growth and development, man.
So
Like I said,
understand.
Essentially,
this is my
what
saying.
they're doing
Not
right now with
developing your daddy gone.
this type of proceedings is helping to bring light to what could be possibly going on behind a lot of individuals' proceedings, and it's exposing, you know, some of the narratives that there's not a lot of people that are really doing justice behind that have these positions, you know. So the lights on,
Exactly.
the lights on.
Oh man, it's man, Chief coming home, man. I believe that with every inkling in me. And man, he deserved to come home, see his grandbabies and hug his kids, man. Think about it.
Man,
That man been
we need
gone
the
since
truth.
1973, man. And the
See,
charges that
not
he
to
was
cut you
charged
off,
with,
bro, but
yeah,
we need both the
back
Chiefs
then
to
he was
come
doing
home.
10 or 15, bro.
We need El Malik. We need Angel Bay to come home, and we need Larry Hoover to come home. We need
Larry
Okay,
Hoover, Jeff
we need
Ford
both
as
the
well,
guys.
man. Jeff Ford as well.
Exactly.
facts.
Yeah,
Now we're
see,
gonna we're gonna we're
now, you
gonna
know how
huddle up.
powerful it would be if
We're
both of
gonna
them
huddle up
guys.
and we're gonna talk more about this issue. All right.
Oh yeah, okay,
Okay.
yeah. So
But what
yeah,
I
I know
want y'all
because
to do is
that
stay on
part
course
gets
right now.
deep.
I'm so happy that the battery's in our back. Now, this is what I've been waiting for.
Man.
But I want y'all to huddle up with me
And
and let's
that's
stay
all.
on.
I apologize, bro. You know
No,
what I mean? You
no,
know me, man.
man,
I
it's
say
the
what I mean, and I
passion.
mean what I say.
Hey,
So I
see,
get
It's
see, I
the
know you
passionate
on
about
passion.
point, G.
when I
We
speak.
all
I get
feel it.
passionate
That's
about it, bro.
right. It's the passion. We all feel it, and that's why I fucks with you.
RICO, and my honest opinion is that they're in love with it because it makes it easier for them to try and convict people that they otherwise could not convict.
What?
And that's what was
Oh,
happening
yeah.
here. We're fighting a mountain, reams of evidence, most of which didn't have anything to do with us. And so, is it an abuse? I think it is. There are better ways to, and I used to be a prosecutor, right? And I can
Boom,
tell you that there are better ways to prosecute cases than the
boom.
way.
Now again, here
So
we
who is
have.
he?
He's an ex-prosecutor that teamed up with Brian Steele to help represent Thugger. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling it like it is. He's seen it for himself that they're not playing by the rules. And what's so fucked up, and I say this again, I just sat back and looked, I said, why was it a melanin judge, a melanin prosecutor, you know, who went and played dirty pool like this against a melanated man?
Man, it's nothing new. We was taught to hate what we see in the mirror, man. We was taught, man, that shit was indoctrinated in us. It was inbred in us. And man, when we tried to get off of that train, them the ones they try to knock your boots back and get rid of you. It ain't nothing new. That's why, man, we are. I take it. It's an obligation to speak, man. Man, I'm the
That's
voice of
like
reason. That's what I man.
how they
The
force.
voice of fucking reason. Truth don't need no explanation, bro. I don't
That's
give a
how
fuck who don't like it.
they force they force the
Yeah.
Christianity shit on us. Even though I'm not trying to go that, but I'm just saying like they force certain things on us and made us move a certain way, and we think that this is the natural way that we're supposed to live. No,
But
that's
but
not.
but but it's our fault, man. It's it, man. I tell everybody, man. My generation, we failed.
We still, at the end of the day, I still
We
believe
started
we
the
Christ.
failure.
Like I believe in the Christ consciousness, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
take nothing
you know what I
away
mean. But we got to take accountability by our actions, man. It's every they put a lot of shit into play that we circumvented and attached ourselves to, and we didn't know when to shake it off and change the narrative. But I tell everybody, every race,
from.
creed, and color sold drugs, bootleg liquor, man, killed niggas. But the difference is we all went to the penitentiary, they went to the fucking Congress. That's the only difference.
Yeah, because they
And we
took the
allowed it.
it was
And we
big.
allowed it. You know what I'm
They
saying?
turned it
And we
into the
knock our
big
boots
house.
off. We knock
They
our boots
turned
off. As soon as we see them peoples, we drop the guns and start
they turned
voguing, man.
all of our mansions and schools got turned into slave entrapment or slave camps basically, or prisoners of war camps basically. You know what I'm saying? So it's just we can't. What are we supposed to do?
We didn't let
Listen
this
to what they're
country
saying to us?
we didn't let this country convince us that we gotta dumb ourselves down and act like niggas.
Man,
You understand
bottom
what I'm saying?
line.
For
Really, the
real, bro.
Nagas. No, and we
Or
need
are
Nagas.
we also are a lot of them turning to bootlickers and start trying to you know, execute their so-called plans to knock us
Tap
off. And this
dancing.
is exactly what Hank McCoy just said. He said, hey man, they use them to help convict the melanated men. And it's the truth. They got them people up there to go up there to help and make it look like a pretty picture. Oh, see, it's not this and it's not that. But really, that's exactly what it is. Y'all wasn't giving him a fair trial. And it took this new judge to come in, mind you, somebody not of melanated persuasion, to come in and give the man a fair fucking trial.
Yeah.
I'm still trying
And
to
Hank,
figure out how
you
come.
totally
I mean,
correct,
no
Hank.
disrespect to the natives, but how come we don't have our own court to where, you know what I'm saying, like how the natives that you can go if you go to jail on, say I go to jail in Puyallup or something, or go to jail in like in the Muckleshoot
You
area
talking
or
about the
whatever.
reservations over here?
In the
Yeah.
reservations, yeah. Excuse me. So you would have to have a tribal lawyer. How come we don't have that as us?
Okay,
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians, man.
You
And I
asked a
tell
good
everybody, man,
question.
we got let's look at it in reality. Just take the Olympics for situation. We the only ones that don't have our own flag to wave at the Olympics, man.
And this is our land. That's what I'm saying. We was here before everybody else was.
Okay, can we go and
It's a whole
finish with
yeah.
this
See,
man
this
right here? Because
I'll keep
I
going.
feel like
Hey,
this
man, the
guy
rabbit
right
hole
here,
is deep, babe. Pause.
this attorney
That's
right
privilege.
here,
That's privilege.
is breaking him out. He's breaking all this shit out that we talking about.
Right.
This case was prosecuted.
You guys obviously rejected initially what the state was going to offer. Is there some details you can give us? Because it sounds like from what you guys decided in court, I mean, it's still pretty stringent. There's a lot of different details, but what was the state asking for that you guys rejected?
You asked us for me.
I'm not going to get into plea negotiations because they are privileged under statute, but it was outrageous.
Whoa.
They would let him out of custody, but they would have a tether around him so tight that it's unconscionable.
And how are y'all feeling about what the sentencing is, especially with not being able to be in Metro Atlanta except for specific parameters? And how is Mr. Williams feeling about that decision?
You know, we're okay with the sentence. There comes a time in any case, if a person is sentenced, that we're out of the courtroom, and now what happens to that person is entirely up to them. Jeffrey Williams is a fantastically talented man. He is a great person. He's become a great friend over the course of the last couple of years. And he has the ability, the incentive to go forth and do everything he needs to do to put this behind him. And we're confident that he will.
Okay.
One of the questions you asked a little earlier.
So let's get to this. All right. This is what me and one of my constituent up here. Where you at?
Right
Where
here.
you at? Okay. My
I'm right
constituent
here.
up here. He said, and he's one of the main, and he ain't the only one. There's other people out there be like, man, you shouldn't have took that deal.
I mean, I feel like that only because I've been in certain situations, but at the same time, being in that situation, I've been told, bro, you should have took a different deal. I've been in that situation. So, I mean, I could feel both sides, but me being older and more mature and everything, me knowing myself.
So when you mean a different deal, what are you talking about?
Because me personally, I know how I am. I don't give a fuck if I'm a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, or broke. I'm impulsive on certain situations. So if I feel some type of way, I might get myself.
That's a cop out, bro. That's a cop out.
Thank you.
That's
exactly what I
said.
said.
I might get
That's
myself
exactly what I said.
I'm just saying.
We got to understand.
Let's just say I'm a habitual line crosser. I'm not gonna lie.
I totally understand that. But at sometimes it comes to a point, man. To make it in this country, you got to have more than one face, bro.
I know, but
you gotta be able to. Let me land with it. You gotta be able to maneuver and man, move around and man, still be the different faces, but still be the same individual at the same damn time. So man, you gotta check your own self-checking is real, bro. Sometimes you gotta check your motherfucking self. You don't need nobody to, man. You know yourself very well, man. You know yourself very well. So with that being said, we already know the chips is lined up against us. So I just said, man. Them motherfucking coals is hot, so why walk on it?
TP, the only reason I was saying what I'm saying, where I'm coming from with that is because I'm going off of course, you could say it's negative, but when I'm coming off of, I'm just saying like from a perspective of this, I know I'm gonna go, if I know I'm 31 years old at his age, he's what, 31, 32. He's probably gonna do what he want. You know what I'm saying? I know me personally. I'm 38. I'm about to be 39. I know that I might fuck around and be in Utah and cross the what was it called? I might jaywalk at 10 p.m. and that will throw off the whole thing. I'm back in jail because I just
Not man,
jaywalked. That's the whole.
certain little hiccups that ain't gonna get that nigga to 40. You know what I mean? But you gotta align yourself, man.
No, I know. I
Self-preservation,
already know, but I'm saying I just hope that
self-preservation, bro.
his mind is TP. I just hope that his
CYA,
mind,
cover your ass, bro,
yeah,
at all times. So you
I hope
already
that he's
know.
in a place where
Don't
he's
ride with the strap. Don't
Okay,
ride
this is
dirty.
this is
I
a
just
good
hope that
way
he
that I laid it out. I
facilitate his
said, look, sometimes, when you are invited to the dance and you got a curfew, right?
You better
And
be out
Don't
you
10
better
start
minutes
you,
before
you
the
better
curfew.
dance as much as you can. But when it's time for you to go into and
You need
adhere
to
to
be
that
gone
curfew,
before your curfew. Your curfew is 10.
whatever the case
You be
is,
gone at 10:15.
but you can't go to the dance if you've already got yourself
Yeah.
eliminated. He got an opportunity to still dance, right?
Oh
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
okay,
Man, he
she
shouldn't
let
even
that
want
man
to
go home. She let that man
borrow
go
me from
home.
Atlanta. Borrowing him from Atlanta. He should salute their ass. As he shouldn't want to be around none of them sucker duck ass niggas that got him in there in the first place. So he shouldn't even want to go back around the crib anyway.
The
You know what
shit
I'm
that got
saying?
him
It's
fucked
like,
up
man,
anyway, huh?
when you elevate, remember everybody can't go. But man,
uh-huh.
you got man, and that ain't been no sellout ass nigga. Man, self-preservation is real and mandatory, bro. The one
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
Because
the one that
How
look,
many
deserves.
how can
times is he
you
gonna
can't
have
help
an
nobody else if you can't help
opportunity
yourself?
to do this, right? No, it's not even about helping himself. This man is known for helping everybody around him.
No,
It
but I'm
ainip just
saying
him being on
I'm
some
piggybacking
selfish
Exactly.
off what
shit.
bro just
He
said.
can't just fuck
And
off
if you
he can't fuck off the ball and throw a
you
fucking pass at
can't
the
keep
goal
feeding the
line.
motherfucker that keep throwing the shit over the fence.
Facts. What he
You
gotta
understand what I'm
do
saying?
is say, you know what? It's time for me to just grow the fuck up. I have a
Fact.
multi-million-dollar career in front of me, and they
Yeah,
gave me a
that's what I'm
chance to
saying.
go out here. Oh,
See,
you
that's why
only
I agree
get
with
these
that, bro. That's why I
opportunities.
agree
Let
with
me
that.
finish.
That's just
Let
like
me
I just hope he
land,
got
brother. Thank you. You got once in a lifetime. Being in hip hop is a whole lot being in sports. When you go to the league, you only got a certain amount of time to do your thing, and then you become your athleticism declines, right? Just like
Mm-hmm.
when you become an artist, sooner or later, you stop being as relevant as you were before. They got younger talent, they got new movements, new type of things going on, and you have to find another way to make your money, right? This man's time is here right now, especially since he did what he did. That man went to trial. He didn't snitch. And that was the deal that these two are describing that they couldn't adhere to. They wouldn't agree to. No, my man's not going to plead guilty and remove all these stipulations, because what they ain't saying is they wanted him to snitch too.
Exactly. And it's levels to this shit. Hank McCoy said it. Because music industry, that shit is wretched, bro. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, man, broke bro down on the bottom. Come check me out too, because I'm one of the goats, bro. When it comes to spitting that real, I'm one of them. But man, I was too militant to take them deals that was on the table for me. Because it's like, man, I can't wave on certain shit. And it's like, man, once you get up in there, man, they can bless you up and slap you on your ass. And man, a lot of people go because of the fruits that they think they see in front of them. That means you got to go on and lose yourself. I
he
wasn't
said
willing to do that, as a
that
lot
low
of people
hanging
do,
fruit
bro.
though. That low hanging fruit is the shit that get everybody caught up.
And get them
I,
caught
I,
up, man.
I like what Rocksteady said, though. He said, never sell your soul no matter what. And that's what
Say
we
it
saw
again.
here.
I
That
said
man
this.
did not sell his
This is a
soul.
jail tale. Niggas be selling their soul for a jelly roll.
Rock steady.
You know who's a prime example of who just really sold his soul, and look who's back up in the fucking jailhouse? That motherfucking 6ix9ine. You
Um,
sold your
And man,
soul. You
black
told
man,
on
let me
everybody.
come tell you. Let
hey,
me make a
no,
statement. Black
6ix9ine.
man,
Fuck what you niggas is talking about. 6ix9ine
What?
is the best rat nigga I've ever seen in history. He
man.
got Frank Lucas beat. He got Nicky Barnes beat. He got
I
who
think
else?
that
Rachel
lines up with
Evans.
selling your
That's cause
soul.
the day and the time that we live in, man. Let me say this to all the brothers and sisters out here. And this man, let me first off, I don't have a racist bone in my body,
Me
but I'm a
neither,
proud
man.
black man. Remember that.
CP,
You
my
understand what
fault.
I'm
I'm
saying?
not
But
trying to laugh
we
at
got
you,
we
bro.
got we got to make sure
This conversation is crazy right there.
we got to make sure we eradicate the thoughts of the black masculine man has to be devalued. They don't want to see masculine black men no more. That's why these niggas wear purses,
Hey, you
dresses.
know what?
Come
You
on,
know,
man.
we changing the black thing because I don't like saying we black, but boss
And
life,
you know, color
apostles,
folk.
chiefs, kings, and queens is black. That's what we gonna. That's when we
Man,
say
I feel
black.
you on
That's
that.
what we are. We boss
Yeah.
life, apostles, chiefs, kings, and queens.
Okay, let's let this man bring it on, man.
Yeah,
Respect.
yeah. My fault, TP. My fault.
Respect.
And my bad, bro.
What was that feeling like stepping into a courtroom to do what's called a blind plea, not knowing what's going to happen? You know, it's a scary feeling for all involved. There's probably no feeling quite like that other than sitting in a courtroom waiting for a jury to come out and tell you what your fate is. But we walked in there knowing that we were in front of a fair tribunal and being comfortable that the right thing was going to happen, and the right thing did.
What do you think about your client just serving as a role model? Obviously, as part of the agreement, he's going to be participating in the community, doing events, things like that. Obviously, he has a huge reach for what he does for a living.
I've known Jeffrey Williams. I've defended him for over a decade. I have been with him where we go to young children, children in need, children who are going down the wrong way. And he tells exactly what he's going to continue to say. He tells everybody, this is not a good life. We have to stop the generational disaster that is plaguing the community. And although right now I'm successful, I'm a product, but every one of you can get out. And he always stresses education. Jeffrey Williams is a great person, a great role model, and he will do even better now, hopefully, if you allow him and his words to get out. As far as how Jeffrey's feeling now, he knows my feelings, which I'm not going to reveal for attorney-client privilege, but this is not the same as the not guilty verdict. That should have been ran.
So should have.
Nobody here wakes up every day on a concrete floor that they're calling his bed, gets up at 4:15, gets shackled at his feet, his waist, and his hands, comes to the Fulton County Courthouse to be on concrete, eating out of a bag. Doritos is his meal of choice.
Thank you, Rocksteady.
And then coming to a courtroom and sit
I
there
know you're a
with
girl.
a leg chain on him every single day and hear lie after lie. So for Jeffrey, go home today and not have another 90 days or 120 days of it, he is very happy, thankful to the honorable court. So to answer your question, this was not what I wanted. I don't believe that it is just, but I believe that under these circumstances, it is justice for Jeffrey Williams, and he is delighted, as are we. I'm thankful.
Can I ask you?
Now, that part of the statement I respect, bro. Because it's like, man, we got to stop acting like going to jail is a badge of honor, bro.
Hell no, it just mean you got caught.
You got caught, bro.
I used to like that. That used to be like a real thing for us back in the day. That shit is crazy. Like when I look at it now, it's like a lot of shit is stupid. It was a waste of time. Going
More
to jail.
importantly, if you in his position,
I mean, going to the joint. I mean, but if you held it down and everything, I guess
right,
you get some. If you came back with something that, if you're a different person, if it really reformed you, that might that might be different. But
are you thinking that might have happened to him? Do you think he got reformed? You think what he's gonna say? We're gonna listen to what he said. We're gonna listen to what he said. Does he sound sincere in his, realization that damn, I almost got locked up for the rest of my life?
Yeah, he sounded like he was. He said, man,
did to me. We're gonna listen to it. It's coming.
When you go from Grey Poupon to oodles and noodles, nigga, that changed your motherfucking dimension. For real.
Apology.
Facts.
Apology to the court and what happened. What's gone on.
He said, oodles and noodles. Boy, you brought me back right there.
Chicken of the beef.
Oh my God.
Jeffrey Williams is being truthful. That is
top
his
ramen
heartfelt
spread.
feelings.
Oh man. I made
He
a spread
feels
a
so
couple weeks
bad
ago.
for the loss of life. And he feels bad that people are taking his music or his social postings and making it into violence. That is all promotion. That is not a symbol of go hurt somebody. So I hope I've answered your question.
How come they don't put a
correctly.
Rico on Denzel
How I
Washington?
felt. I've heard that from Jeffrey over and over again.
It's a difference, bro.
He calls out a lot of
It's
challenges
art,
in this
fam.
trial
It's-
based on the prosecution.
No.
Do you have any message
Come on, bro.
to, the co-counsel that
Yeah,
now
what
is
about
still
Al
on
Pacino
trial
and all the
what's left
Godfathers?
Al
of
Pacino,
him?
Oh my
come on,
God,
man.
they're
Nah.
phenomenal lawyers.
It's
I'm
a
confident
difference
in
though.
which
We
I
know that.
truly
When you
We're
know.
go
just
when you
throwing
go on
that
a
out
Some
mission,
great
there.
lawyering.
when you go on
They
a
don't need
mission
my
and go
help.
slide, then make a record.
And
That
the
ain't
truth is, they've been there
that's
And
I mean,
Martin
for
come on, bro.
the
Scorsese needs to go
past
to
But
jail.
that's
We need
two and
not
a
Martin
half
him.
years.
Scorsese right
That's
now.
not.
They're aware
That's
of what
not
they're up
Thug out
against.
there
They're
sliding. That's what we're
totally
saying.
capable of
Like
handling it.
people are
Hey,
following.
Scorsese
do
is
do
lying
do
though.
We'll
the
step in from
research.
time to time
Thugger was one
because,
of them dudes, man.
in this
They ain't
fight,
blaming
the
that boy,
past two and a
man.
half years, we've been together.
Yeah.
So we needed something. They've been there to assist. And if they need something, we're happy to step right back in and assist. But they're great lawyers. Max Shard, Doug Weinstein.
I
Those gentlemen are
appreciate
in
your
great
comments, Hank.
hands. They'll be fine.
I will say this.
Put my shirt on.
I think it is wrong and it needs to be fixed
You as
that an
well,
innocent
Dr. Eddie.
man is arrested on May 9th of 2022, is
Facts,
denied
Dr.
bond, and has to
Shit, my shirt
plead
on.
guilty and nolo to get
You got my shirt
freedom
on, dude.
after 2.5 years in custody. That should not happen. Nobody should be on trial. Jurors, think about what they're going through. Nobody should be on trial like this. And if Mr. Williams didn't have the resources, this never happens well for anybody.
Man, this
So I
nigga
think
was
it's an
dressed. He
abuse
don't deserve
to
to be.
answer
He didn't.
the AJC's question. I think it's an abuse
Hank,
of the
I
statute of
think
RICO to do this to people.
Hank, I think he just answered your question, your insertions right there. He said, if you don't have the resources, none of this happens. Because obviously we're looking at
Facts, man.
top-notch attorneys who give top-notch pay and they pulled off a top-notch job.
Dude, you know what show I've been watching lately? I've been watching Suits. So this goes hand in hand with what I've been watching, man. It's crazy. What you just
And
said,
and
you
if we
just
look at what's
triggered
going
that
on,
sleep
man,
part of my brain.
look at all the brothers that was, but all our peoples that was kicking that bill in the ass. They knocking them off they square. They get fessed up because of one of the facts when we so-called make it we feel as though we gotta, differentiate ourselves from our own people. We
That's
gotta go
what
play
I'm
in
saying.
their field.
Gee,
We
that's
gotta
how
go
they
over there,
did with Lil
we gotta go
Durk.
play in the mud to so-called say you made it. You know what I mean? And that, man, sometimes we do it to ourselves, man. Sometimes you gotta save people from their own self. And that, man, just because you make it successfully financial wise, man, your soul can be dirty as a motherfucker because you done left, you
The
done
financial,
forgot where you
you can
really
have a
came from and
financial
who you
gain.
really are.
You can have that financial gain, and then you could your soul be dirty as hell.
Soulless, man.
But selling your soul, like you know what I'm saying, the whole saying, like we just said, sell your soul for a jelly roll. That's what I don't want the billions,
We are
man. At the end of the
spiritual
day,
people,
I'd
bro.
rather be broke. I'd rather be broke with my family and
Man,
loving my lane that I'm on versus being a billionaire and at the top of the world and nobody to kick it with. I'm cool.
yeah, we're spiritual people by nature, and man, once we feel as though once we get to that other room and get successful, we have to lose our morals, our scruples, our pivot that we stand on, and forget what grandma and them taught our monkey ass. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Shout out to grandma. Straight up.
Is it fair to say you don't believe justice was served today?
I believe that Mr. Williams is home, and I'm delighted. Justice would have been served on May 8th of 2022 if the grand jury no-billed his indictment. That would have been just. And it's wrong to be under investigation. He's been under investigation for 15 years. 15 years by task force of federal government and local government. Think about that. Think about your children doing that. And that's okay. If it's okay with you all, then we should really start moving to another country. I want to thank everybody so much for everything you do. I cannot thank you all because without you guys, this just keeps rolling in injustice. It's got to end. The criminal justice system, the presumption of innocence the Brady rules, the ethical rules, they have to survive. Otherwise, we all are victims of this. Anyone can sit in that seat next to Keith Adams. Thank you all so much.
And no one sees it unless you guys do what you do. But I tell you what, there is a whole world of people out there who have watched this trial over the course of the past 2.5 years. The past year that we've actually been in the courtroom trying the case, who are much more educated to how things work, and unfortunately, sometimes how things don't work.
But and sometimes, man, shut the fuck up. You don't have to prove that you innocent. They have to prove that you guilty, man. Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the
You are
fuck
so
up.
right. You're
Real
so
shit,
fucking
bro.
right. And make sure you don't tell on yourself when you do talk. Make sure you don't tell on yourself, for real.
Yeah.
So,
man, because you got to, man, next it's a difference when they say 25 to life. When they get to talk about 4,800 months for that charge, 72,000 months for that charge, nigga get to counting on his fingers and toes, bro.
Them numbers is weird. That's too many. Hey,
did you
man.
hear them numbers?
This
I was
life.
saying,
Hey,
bro, that nigga get to count on his
man.
fingers and toes, bro.
I want to hear 72,000 months. 7,000, 2,800. Like, come on, man.
That shit change your mind quick.
Hank, let me tell you something. Them attorneys was the best money could buy. And this is the result you get. Because just like he said, if it wasn't for any of us, if it wasn't for any of us people doing, media or the news agencies and whatnot, this shit wouldn't have been, it'd have been a railroad. You know what I'm saying? It'd have been a railroad.
Nah, because it's crazy how even with the nigga Woody, that nigga Woody had me dying. How he kept going back and forth. The nigga told, but then he kind of didn't tell, and then he kind of like slid away. And
I like what Yak said. He made all this shit happen.
He the reason this went the way it went, bro.
Right, because he made him look faulty. He made him look faulty.
He's a scary person because I'm telling you, I'm scared of niggas that can shoot, fight, and you could tell. I'm scared of them. I'm scared of them kind of people.
They looked at him as a
I don't even want to be in the streets. I'm cool.
They looked at him as a dumb nigga, and he outsmarted everybody in the courtroom, bro.
Man, he was playing the
show. Did he said what? Oh, so y'all ain't gonna charge me for the this body over here? Well, let me tell you what happened then.
Because he knew what he did. Look, this nigga, he's a smart nigga though. This nigga let them. What do you call it when you get when you get exonerated from saying certain things? Like you could say whatever, you could give them whatever information.
He had a clause. No prosecution.
He
already was protected.
But then he can go renege on a spades hand. He could. Oh no, I thought I had 3 books, but really I only got 1. Oh, I just threw off I threw a spade out. One thing
we did find out about this whole trial, and I think Rod said it best. The system is corrupt.
The system's dirty, man. And it's like, man, we can't hold our feet to the fire when we do the same shit that they do to them instead of them doing it to us. As long as we don't fetch nobody up, put nobody on the motherfucking gun line, or throw nobody up on the Summer Jam screen.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
Shut it down, bro.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
So I want to give y'all some insight. There was not a young man, but an older man standing in back of the attorney team there. And it was revealed from me just doing more homework that this was Thug's father. And he had some commentary and he really went into it. I mean, yeah, it's all about some corruption within the legal system there. And they approached him. So I want y'all to hear what he had to say about that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You did it, Brian.
So, yes. So his father would like to say a few words. His father, Jeffrey Williams Sr. would like to say a few words.
Do you want to just, you can look at me or whoever asks you a question.
Yeah, y'all can ask me a question.
His father's a G.
Yeah, so if you would just cover your
Straight up.
Put it in my drink real quick.
Well, I was kind
Real quick.
of started behind it because I was in agreement with Brian and Keith. Let's keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? Let's make them continue to embarrass themselves. But at the same token, my son is I've never tried to
Did you hear what
interfere
he
with his
said?
decisions.
Cash, his
Just
What you
dad
say?
said keep
give
fighting.
him the
His dad said
knowledge
don't
of
take the
making the
deal.
best decision that he sees fit for him.
He
And
wasn't the only one.
I support it.
And so what was it like?
that he's going home?
I feel great that he's going home. But at the same token, I still wanted to fight. But that's his decision.
No.
On the other hand, I raised him to be the man that he is. I've always been in his life from a pup to now.
Why you got my show
And I'm
on,
gonna
bro?
continue to be in his life. And as an adult, he has to make his own decision.
And do you live here in Metro Atlanta?
Yes, I do.
So how does it feel to hear that he's not allowed to be in Metro Atlanta?
I'm totally against that because this is where he's from. And to
It's on.
have a district attorney take that away from him that isn't a resident from here. She's from another state. And to see her take a man away from where he's from to have to go live somewhere else, that's offensive to me. I'm really offended by it.
Can you talk about? Sorry, I thought you were done. I was just saying, can you talk about your bond through music? And part of his conditions is that he can still make music, still do some performances. I know you said you were hoping to get back to that with him.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to work. You know what I'm saying? We're YSL loaded. I'm YSL loaded.
He
and
said
in
he's
order for us to
YSL loaded.
get back to
He's
our
riding
normal
with it.
life,
I like
we're
that.
gonna have to put in some more work. We're gonna have
Like
to put in
father,
a
like
lot of
son.
work. But the work that we need to do foremost for the city of Atlanta, Fulton County, we need to get rid of the poison that's in our
Jump right
system.
back in. Next time,
And
I'll
that's
be
the
right back.
district attorney office.
Okay.
So vote Courtney Kramer.
Okay.
Courtney Kramer.
Let me interject some things right here, everybody that's listening, okay? So, Young Thug's dad just said...
TP, my voice was, I think my shit was on mute for like the last 20 to 30 minutes.
No, it wasn't. But I heard some other stuff going on where you're at, so I muted it.
Oh, okay. I was making sure. That's what I was throwing. I was like,
you
okay.
Straight. You was straight. I just want to make sure whatever you got going on here while the video is going, that we couldn't hear. So I muted it. But his dad just came up here and said there's some shit going on that he wants to address in regards to the legal system. I'm gonna run it back just a little bit.
The district attorney office.
There it is.
So vote Atlanta, Fulton County. We need to get rid of the poison that's in our system, and that's the district attorney office. So vote Courtney Kramer. Courtney Kramer. I support Courtney Kramer to the fullest.
He literally came up there and said, "Get them motherfuckers up out of here. Get the prosecuting attorney, DA, Miss Love out of here. Get the Fannie Willis, supervisor of the whole prosecuting attorney's office out of here." And he just plugged his candidate because why? He said it ain't right over here. It's a poison in the legal system.
I mean, yeah, because at the end of the day, you got to think it's still the government is still funding. I mean, somebody has somebody's hand in somebody's damn pocket.
Right.
Everybody, hey.
A good example of there are some different thoughts and some different people. We can say this right now. We saw two different judges. We seen Judge Glanville, who was supposedly a melanated black man, trying to fuck Young Thug.
Look, even with that, when we talk about that type of shit, the melanated
then
people,
we seen this other judge who was a
blood.
Caucasian lady give him a fair trial. In fact, she sent him home.
That's what I'm saying. You can't really judge people off of color because you got a lot of Oreos.
I wasn't. What I was saying is that everybody's hand is not in what you just was saying it's in, that there's going to be ultimate corruption. No, what the Father is saying is that the people that are in power right now in the prosecuting attorney's office are corrupt and they need to be
Yeah, it's
removed.
all shaitan. Come on, man.
He said they need to be removed. And I
That's
agree
the
because they
real
was
opposition.
trying to cook his son.
If you were to read the if we were to able to, if everybody was able to read the blueprint, which is actually like it's for the public, the blueprint shows who the real enemy is. The opposition, there's only one opposition. It's not us. It's the system that's keeping us in the place that we're at. So I mean, just is what it is. I mean, but
it's not because of what
the
she
blueprint is we need to get on that though. That's gonna have to be one of them segments that we push.
You see that look right there on his face?
Oh yeah, he got that. Man, he got that. Man.
He's like, you motherfuckers.
He got that.
You gotta
Nigga.
cook my son.
So vote Courtney Kramer.
He said, get them out of here and vote for Courtney
I support Courtney Kramer to the fullest. I feel like she's the best person for the job. And it's not because of what she said about us. It's because she said that and she was in my company and never knew who I was.
Absolutely true.
What are your thoughts on his art being used against him?
Not just the art, freedom of speech. Let's talk about his rights. We freedom of speech, man. You know, how can you take a person's freedom of speech and say, now we're gonna tell you how you need to talk or how you supposed to talk?
That's what they tried to do.
You know, who would feel comfortable with? Would any of us out here right now feel comfortable with someone telling us you confirmed from saying this?
Shout out to 050 the movement. Appreciate y'all pulling up.
What do the Constitution play a role in? You know, these young men, all of these young men, and some of us too, all of our rights are being violated right now because we're being dictated to on how we supposed to live, how we supposed to look, what we supposed to say. You know, we have a constitution. When are we gonna start acknowledging our constitution? You know, we did away with supposedly, we did away with communism. I can't tell.
Woo.
You know, we took down a statue. We tore up a flag. What about the laws? Let's change the laws too.
He's talking exactly about what the Democrats did to us.
Let's do away with all of it. Change the law. We're in a new day and time. Let's make the laws for the new day and time.
Do you think his lyrics will change now?
You know what democracy is?
I wouldn't. But you know, he's behind the call right now.
Democracy.
So we're gonna have to justify something. We're gonna have to make some justification on how we got to narrate it now. You know, and that's sad. That's sad that a man should have to do that.
You hear all them people yelling and screaming in Atlanta?
That's how he feeds himself.
In the background, everybody happy, man. He got out.
That's his job.
It's a victory. Even though it's got a little something behind it, you know?
Definitely.
So we thank you guys. We do got to head to Wright Street.
One more quick question. Any words that you want to wish to anybody else remaining on the case? Anything you want to say to them?
Yeah, I definitely want to say something to the people that's left on this case, along with the people who are waiting to be charged. Keep your heads up. Keep fighting. Sooner or later, somebody gonna have to make a decision. We need to start making the people accountable that makes the decisions for us. So we need to put the right people in office. We need to start scanning the people that we vote for.
And now that we have voting right now, it needs to be a presidential topic. It needs to be a topic about prison and reform. Why, the presidents are not discussing this during their debates. It needs to be at the forefront of the presidential debates at this time. So.
Yeah, that Cash?
Free Palestine.
Hey, man, they on some, they I like the way that they're going with their moment,
Oh, man, for
Let's
real.
go to the polls.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote tomorrow.
See, that's what I'm saying. I know back in the day it used to be to where it used to be private, where nobody, you're not supposed to really tell nobody who you vote for. Even religious shit. Just going to work, talking to
That's
people.
why you go into the
So
booth
me
and you vote in
personally,
private.
if I'm going in with a MAGA hat. I'm about to go buy one. I don't know if you can find one. I'm about to go get my MAGA hat for real. But what's the problem with making America great again when it was never great before? So can we make it great again? What's the problem? Like, what is the problem with that saying? Why does that have to be attached to like racism?
Some
negatives.
Some
Man,
negative
matter of
stuff
fact,
behind
you know
it.
what I'm about to do? I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm about to get my Confederate outfit on. Because you know the original Confederation was of the Iroquois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to.
See,
Yeah, I'm
now
about
you're
to
gonna
take
have to
that
start
there.
breaking this stuff out as we go along, and you know what I'm saying, and
So don't be
start giving
surprised
some
if you see me with a
segments and
MAGA hat. If you see me with one of those, and you see me with a Confederate hoodie on, man, it is what it is. But mine's are gonna be 6-point stars. I ain't throwing no 5s on them. No disrespect to the 5, but you know, no disrespect to the
facts.
6 balls, but you know, I gotta keep it 6 straight, man. Come on.
I want to share something with y'all, man.
Uh-huh.
Something that everyone should indoctrinate in our day, so that we could say that, you know, this is what kind of what we learned, you know, about this trial, about the way things went, about the so-called powers that be that are supposed to, you know, motivate the legal system and make it work for us. That, you know, it don't matter if you got a robe on or you sit behind the prosecutor's desk or whatever. You are under scrutiny and your lies can be exposed. Okay.
Man.
And when you get exposed, it exposed 10 times more than the person who's
It gets
so-called under
amplified,
fire.
and then you don't even know your exposure might expose somebody else's shit.
Right.
And
Because
it
with
just,
the way that media is now, we got a good memory. And this is it right here. A liar's worst enemy is someone with a good memory.
A liar's worst enemy is someone with a good. Oh my goodness. Oh, for real? So you said that bullshit? Oh shit. Oh
Yeah.
shit. God damn. Hey,
Or you pull a receipt out and say, no, wait a minute, you did say this.
if we had the hammer, the little doom.
Because you got the media game now where you could pull receipts out and say, no, wait a minute, you did say this. And you endorsed that shit. And you roll with that shit. Like it was just straight legit.
I remember Nas said some people conversate with liars all day and time pass. Nah, that was some. No, basically, he was just saying that was some bullshit. Like you
Hank
conversate with liars
McCoy.
all day and time pass. That's the only thing that
Hank
happens.
McCoy said this was a great show and he got to go to work. Appreciate you pulling up with us. Definitely, man. You guys had a lot of good comments to bring up into the panel and whatnot, man. Definitely appreciate it. I'm gonna bring it on to a close. I think we did get some points across, and give me your summation, your wrap up as far as you know, Thug coming in, coming home, and whatnot. You know, how do you
Welcome
see it?
back, Thugger, man. Salute, man. Just stay out the fucking way, man.
Stay out their way, man.
Man, get out them people's face. That's what I'm trying to do. Shit.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna read this last comment by Rocksteady because you've been putting in some hell of a comments. The election is going to set a whole new tone in the world. Will never be the same. It doesn't matter who becomes the president. They hate what we love.
Come on.
Damn.
I like that. I like that.
Church.
Shalom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, peace and blessings to y'all, man.
I couldn't find your cut, bro. I tried. I was trying to get in touch with you. I was trying to find the cut to go out with. So I'm gonna go out with you know, the family, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, do your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out with the family. So I'm
Wait,
Big G.
which part of the family though? Because you know it's so many.
Your brother, man. Come on, man. He's all parts of the family.
Which brother, man?
You know, the trending one.
Stuart. Are you talking about Stuart? The short. I got 2 short brothers, so but you talking about the short one or the shorter one? Shorter.
That's who.
Both the niggas are short, but shout out to Stewie and shout out to Fede Luciano. Love G.
Facts. That's my guy too, man. But hey, most definitely, man. Thank everybody, man, for coming through and checking us out. Glad you caught up with us, Cass. The Mobcast is
movie.
Hey, do you see it moving? Do you see it
Yeah.
moving? People coming through, you know, breaking us off, man, making us feel a part of what we doing is relevant, man.
Yes,
Y'all
Thirsty.
stick with us. We got a lot more content coming. We're gonna be doing some, you know, we're gonna do some music reviews and some old shit. All that shit's about to happen, man. So I hope and pray that you guys you know, stick with us, man, as we work our way through that, man. Most definitely, you know, our guys, we work hard, man. We do our homework and shit, and we try to make sure that, you know, you get the right, you know, the right content. You know what I'm saying?
And don't worry, I'm about to get my backdrops right. Don't worry about this, man. Don't worry about the backdrops, man. We still, it's a work in progress. Don't worry about it, man. Just get the content in. You gotta get the knowledge, man. Doesn't matter where it comes from. I could be in a trash can and I'm still gonna spit the shit.
I got one for you, dog.
Oh. That's what they say. Say hello to the bad guy.
Peace.
Servo count, nut 'em honeys. I'm the Mac of all trades, from hooping to serving J's. Coach put me up in the game. The nigga they love to hate. I'm know when they wanna fade, my nigga. But anyway, say hello to the bad guy. Say hello to my little friend. Say hello to my little friend. Say hello to the bad guy. Say hello to my little friend. Say hello to my little friend. Say hello to the bad guy. Yeah, shout out to my haters. Shout out to my real niggas that's trying to get that paper. Landlord, I need acres. Cash rules all day, bruh. You can have that Rafer, but I knock your bitch in my scraper. I get it for the low, but I sell it for the high. Don't ask why. If you want the drip, then I will not reply. I'm the guy. Don't ask why. Look at all I sacrifice. Every day and every night I save the game. I'm Cassius Christ. Cassius Christ. Hey, move it. Say hello to my little friend. That's a mini K. If he in the way, I'll dust him off. It ain't nothing to a fucking boss. It ain't nothing to get him gone. Quick as shit like I send the big shit. Smooth a gang like a U-Haul. 20 toes, I need 2 bros. I'm the Mac of all trades. From hooping to serving J's.
I gave you a rent. Cash, I gave her a rent.
The nigga they love to hate. I'm know when they wanna fade, my nigga. But anyway, say hello to the bad guy. Say hello to my little friend. Say hello to my little friend. Say hello to the bad guy. Say hello to my little friend. Say hello to my little friend.
So we got new admin. We got new admin. Rocksteady is now admin. Thank you very much. We out, y'all.
Okay. Hey, play club. Play club. That's the play club. All this stuff. The Mobcat stuff.